The silent minority lies under the bare white crosses of 1,000 cemeteries today, waiting for the snow. They hear no arguments now. They are no longer commanded by the stale visions of politicians. They have no nationality anymore and are beyond ideology. Fear does not slither upon them like a silent octopus groping and fainting in the Asian night. This used to be called Armistice Day, in years when men still thought that guns could be forever mute. The silent minority today celebrates its own cold, private armistice. That was how we rewarded them. We sent them into the swamps, wet jaws, to the country of glutted worms, devoid of seasons, where the leaves went brown only under the hot breath of napalm. They found hills with numbers instead of names. Groves of tropical foliage were harbors made for killing. It never snowed. They were boys, most of them, with not many seasons behind them. A lot of them did not understand the sea of rabid talk they crossed on their way to Asia. In basic training, they were told the old stories about communism and how you had to stop it in Asia before it made its way like cholera across the Pacific and up the Western Shore. Boys become men in this country by believing that early death is acceptable if it comes for a noble purpose. There are always enough old men to tell young men that most murderous of lies. And so they went to Da Nang and the plains of Bong Son and into the jungles behind Pleiku. Eyes that had winked at pretty girls on the streets of Albuquerque squinted into the dark void behind Chule, expecting death's hard rumor. Hands meant for girls on summer evenings at Orchard Beach were trained for the gun and never touched another girl. Evening rides across the flats of Jersey to the huge country beyond were never finished. They became convoys out of Anki, with machine guns hammering from the sides of hills and the whitish horror of still another ambush. Easy now, young man. Don't whimper. We'll give you a plastic arm. It does not matter anymore about what was left behind the shelled and wasted village, the soft green hills scarred and burnt, the children with the blank and mutilated faces, the lives scattered on the wind, the refuse of stupidity and self-righteousness, and the carelessness with the lives of strangers. The silent minority signed its separate armistice before the leaders could get to theirs. The agreement ended in a rubber bag, shipped back to where the dead once lived, in a brief young season. So there will be parades today, but some of us won't be marching. Those who do march are no doubt decent people. They believe in America still, and it is difficult to sneer at faith. But I hope they try to understand the other Americans. Those who think it is obscene to celebrate victories when there are no victories. The death of men who were robbed of youth, the airy platitudes of politicians who worry more about their own careers than the 40,000 careers which have already been exploded forever. Nobody wants two Americas, but we seem to have come to that. One accepts the dumb inevitability of death. The other has opted for the side of life. Those who parade today must know that we are not enemies. It is just that some of us feel that too many women already sleep in cold beds. The silent minority will have no representation in the parades today. Only those who survive can do any marching, and the silent minority is dead. It is quiet for all of them now under the crosses in 1,000 cemeteries across America. The sweltering furnace of Asia is behind them. They are waiting for the snow.